Welcome back to Julie's Wreath Boutique. Have you been scrolling Facebook and you saw this rail work form? Well, I did. It's on Lemon Wreath and Home Decor page. Kelly makes these, and I thought I need to give this a try. And guess what? I say in the video, these were like under $8. Guess what? They're under $4. They're like $4 or $5. So they're really very cost effective, a different way to make a wreath for your front door or even vertically as well. So let's get started, and I'll leave the information where you can order your own. So we're gonna get started off with this rail that I had seen on social media that Lemon Wreath and Home Decor puts out. And I thought that is really interesting because they don't only have it vertically and horizontally, they have different options. This is the mesh that I'm obsessed with. You can get this at Wreaths of Joy, and it is the fine weave mesh that I can even use a rotary cutter. So what you're going to do is for every 18-inch cut, you're going to make a 12-inch cut. And this is going to be a double ruffle wreath. So you're going to need an 18-inch and then a 12-inch. You're not going to need a lot of mesh for this particular wreath, but if you want to do the whole rail in mesh, you will. So I just take one of my pipe cleaners and I run it through the rail and on the outside. You're going to take your 18-inch piece of mesh and you're going to just curl it, but not all the way. Then you're going to take your 12-inch mesh and you're going to curl it as well. And now that they're all together, all the curls need to be together, then you're going to gather it like this. And this is the double ruffle, whatever you want to call it. I'm not too much concerned about having names for my petals and everything, but that's what I came up. So not very genius of me, but it is what it is. So we're going to start on the outside of both of these rails. Now keep in mind that Kelly has a vertical one too. So really you have some options, and the price point is amazing. I think you get these for under like $8 a piece, which is a great price. So we're going to keep doing this double ruffle, and now we're going to do it on the opposite end of our form here. If you've used these, I would love to know what you've done, and I wish we could have comments here on YouTube with pictures, but sadly we can't. So I'm just kind of working with this and like turning it a little bit, and then we're going to do the other side matchy, okay? Then we're going to put a pipe cleaner in the middle part, and then we're going to do the same thing again for this section. So it's really, this was the first time I've ever worked with this type of rail. So I wasn't, I was kind of going as I went. And for that middle part there, I really didn't feel like 2 pieces of mesh was needed. So just the 18-inch. So keep in mind the top and the bottom for both sides have an 18-inch piece and a 12-inch piece. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. One of the reasons why I wanted to try this rail is because we would have options to do something more than just mesh. So I took one of those floral foam bricks and I cut down part of it and kind of like sized it up and then cut a little bit more. So really it was more like maybe a 5-inch by 4-inch piece, and then I took some of the bulk off at the top because we just didn't need that deep of a floral foam. So here's the next step. You can add some hot glue on the back of this board here or on your floral foam, but that's not the only way we're going to secure it to this rail. I keep saying form, but it's a rail. So I'm going to just glue that down, get that set, and then we're going to take some more pipe cleaners, and I'm literally going to use that little center hole there, and we're going to wrap it around and just come back to the back and secure it tightly, okay? I believe that this particular Chanel stem I'm using was like an 18-inch, and I think I got those from the Wreath shop, so make sure to check them out. All my links for everything I use is always going to be down in the description box below, and if you decide to use those links, that does help my channel, and it helps me pay for all the products I use. As you can see, I'm getting out my little handy dandy Surebonder glue pot or glue skillet. I'm not sure what you call it, but I call it my glue pot. But I'm taking floral pins and we're going down into the foam itself over top of the Chanel stem just to kind of secure it even more. So we've got 3 ways of securing it. So at this point I'm like, oh, I need a little bit more. So let's do our double ruffle method. And we're going to add another ruffle here as well. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe. What are you waiting for? We're here every Sunday night. And then I'm going to just take them and make a couple of these and then try to find the spot that I want to put it on this form. I did the double ruffle method on the center frame here, the center part of this. I keep calling it a frame. Let's just call it a frame. So you're going to do this on both sides. I wanted just to kind of fill in what we had already done. And then we're going to get some really fun fall florals. But keep in mind, you could do this for any season. I really want to stress, if this is the first time you're ever watching Julie's Wreath Boutique, know that you can change just about any wreath or project that I do to fit the season or the holiday that you want. So know that you're not like having to make this just for fall, right? This would be beautiful to make for Christmas or Easter or any of those holidays, okay? So I just want to be able to give you a wreath recipe, basically. And I just really liked this because it's so different. So these fall picks came from Hobby Lobby. I believe the rest that we were going to use mostly came from Hobby Lobby, and you can still get them. And I wanted to start out with kind of a bigger leaf, and then we're going to work our way into this foam and make it really pop, okay? So again, that Surebonder pot is just really handy. If you don't have one, I would really encourage you to get one. It'll be down in the description box below. But I think this is a great product, and I also would like to try the vertical one as well. I think that would be really nice for Christmas, especially if you're wanting to do something like on either side of your garage, under your lamp post. I think this would be a perfect fit for that. And I really like how they have the hole in the top so that you can hang your design. So basically, we're just going to keep doing what we do on one side. We want to do it on the other. So keep that in mind. And again, you can use this for any season, but I'm going to do a bigger leaf, and we're going to work our way through. Okay, so at this point, we're going to speed this up a little bit because, it's like watching paint dry, and I want you to learn, but I don't want to bore you to death either. So this particular stem, we're going to use everything. So I didn't have enough to put anything on the top like we did previously, but we're just going to fill it in. It doesn't have to be matchy-matchy. I also got some of these kind of bronzy ferns. I really love ferns, if you've ever noticed in my videos. And we're just going to keep building our whole structure. Now, keep in mind, this is really your creativity that needs to come out. Nothing is perfect, and it doesn't need to be perfect. The fact that you're taking the time to build something like this, and yes, this is really building out your wreath here, and I just really think it's great. Remember, this is your creativity, and it should show through with the choices that you make. Maybe you don't love the ferns like I do. Maybe you love different colors, more vibrant colors or more neutral colors, but always feel free to do what you would really express your style. So here we are. The next part is we're taking these smaller leaves, and we're still working our way through, and it will come together beautifully. So what is your favorite craft? Have you started making wreaths? Do you craft with paint? Do you scrapbook? What is it that you do? Because I want to know down in the comments. I also want to know, what would you like to see for this Christmas season? Because I really want to make sure that we give you the options that you need. I already have some really good ideas. We're going to be making an angel wreath soon, and we're going to be using the Christmas tree form, but we're going to make something a little bit different that you're not expecting. So you're going to want to follow along. You're going to want to watch me here on YouTube and follow along on social media so that you can know when and what I'm doing. Now, keep in mind that we do have an email list, and if you're not on that email list, I need you to get on that email list. You want to know why? Because you'll be the first ones to know when a new video drops. So make sure you do that. And if you don't know where to do that at, just check out my description box below. So now that we've got all the florals, I kind of go back and rearrange some of these because I felt like I went a little bit too far into it. But that is what crafting is all about, re-examining what you've done and seeing if you need to make any changes. Now we are going to add a pumpkin to this particular rail wreath. What would you guys call it? Would you call it a wreath or a rail? I'm going to say a wreath. Okay, we're not done yet with this, so keep in mind that you're just going to need to take some time and figure out what you want to do. Also keep in mind, if you want to add more pumpkins, add more pumpkins. We are going to add some ribbon to this wreath just because I kind of feel like I wanted to use this and really kind of make it pop. So you're going to do about 10-inch lengths here, and we are going to add some of this to our wreath. Particular ribbon I got off of Amazon, and I did cut some coordinating color that comes with it, and that's this kind of buffalo plaid check or gingham, whatever you want to call it. And we're going to put 2 of these together, and then what we're going to do is we're going to crisscross them and gather them, and then we're going to go back where we have some of these Chanel stems that we use to put on our wreath to begin with. We're going to add some, and again, add a little bit more pop of what we need to finish this wreath off. Now, keep in mind that you can use any ribbon. It does have wire in it, and we are going to dovetail it to kind of add a little bit of pizzazz to it. If you like just like an angled cut, you can do that as well. You could use 3 ribbons, you could use just 1. Keep in mind that you could do different sizes of ribbon as well. I think a 7/8 of an inch or 1.5 inch would have been nice with this one, but I didn't have anything to kind of coordinate. Well, let's be honest, I probably did, but I just didn't think about it because I was just focused on this really cute ribbon. It's a fall neutral ribbon from Amazon, and I'll leave that down below as well. So you're going to cut those and put those on your wreath wherever you'd like. All right, if you made it this far into the video, leave me your favorite smiley face emoji in the comments. Let me know what you would have done differently on this particular rail. I'm always open to feedback. I hope you enjoyed tonight's video, and let me know in the comments, have you ever worked with one of these type of rail wreath systems? And let me know what you've made with them. I would love to learn from you. You guys are an invaluable tool to me, and I love you and I love your opinions. So we'll see you next week.